Myself is Surjit Thakre. I am the first Indian artist who has achieved a postgraduate degree in easel painting from the Academy of Fine Arts, Repin Institute of Painting, Sculpture and Architecture in St. Petersburg, Russia. I am also the founder president of Rarix Art Club, affiliated to Russian Center of Science and Culture, New Delhi. I have an experience of 40 years as a professional artist. In this module, we are going to demonstrate how to make the Cubist composition. Cubist composition, I will use painting which I have earlier painted in realist style, but I will change here in Cubist style. The composition, I will draw 3 figures, and mainly first we have to draw this, and then we have to sharpen this using the different lines. In this composition only we are using lines to make the composition. Let us start our own painting. First, I will sketch the subject on the canvas. We have to draw very broad strokes to capture the movement. Sketch your final drawing on your canvas. You can use pencil or charcoal for this, or you can draw with small flat brush also. Drawing should be not realistic. As you are aware, for any kind of painting, we need surface on which we can paint. Here we are using canvas pad. We are using small size of canvas, but it is better for you to use larger or mid size of canvas, which is easier to paint. To create your Cubist style painting, you will need sketching materials, paints, brushes. You can use any colors, acrylic poster or oil. Here we will use acrylic. Acrylic colors are easy to handle the crisp lines. We will need to have different size of brushes, pencil or sketch pen, and a ruler or yardstick to help guide your lines and make them crisp and straight. Like any painting, first of all, you should know what you want to interpret in your canvas. You should know you want to paint landscape, figure or still life. It is better to make some small sketches before you start the painting on your canvas. Although Cubism was an abstracted form of modern art, but it is also due from real life. Most of the abstract paintings were highly fragmented and geometric. A subject was still discernible. We will paint a figurative composition. When you have finished finish the general sketch, now use the ruler and sketch pen or marker to sharpen the edges. Firstly, you draw the outline around the shapes by using the marker. Even if you have round forms, go over them and change them into sharp lines and edges. If you have round oval shape head, you can change this into rectangle and you can join these lines with each other. For example, you can join this line with other figure. You can use here your creativity to decide where to place the lines. Line is the visual path that enables the eye to move within the piece. Lines are optical phenomena that allow the artist to direct the eye of the viewers and giving the illusion of depth. Oblique lines convey a sense of movement and angular lines generally convey a sense of dynamism and possibly tension. You should not make so many tiny geometric shapes. You can add more lines and shapes in your painting. It will give more dimensional in the composition. In terms of art, line is considered to be a moving dot. It has an endless number of uses in the creation of art. In Cubist artwork, objects are analyzed, broken up and reassembled in an abstracted form. Instead of depicting objects from a single viewpoint, the artist depicts the subject from multitude of viewpoints to represent the subject in a greater context. Cubism is like standing at a certain point on a mountain and looking around. If you go higher, things will look different. If you go lower, again they will look different. It is a point of view. I am using here blue shades. I start with dark blue. I mix Persian blue and black. In one painting, do not use so many colors if you want to use bright colors. To make the monotones, you can use black and white to mix to make the dark and light tones. It is better to use the color palette to mix the colors in it. Now you have to fill all the forms with different shades. You can use flat brush to create smooth surface. I apply this shade at different spaces of the composition. Picasso, between 1907 and 1914, the Cubist style sought to show the two-dimensional nature of the canvas. Cubist artists fractured their objects into geometric form and used multiple and contrasting perspectives in a single painting. It was called Cubism when Louis Vauxelles, a French art critic, called the forms in Braque's works cubes. Creating your own cubist style painting can be a fun way to connect with art history and look at painting with a fresh perspective. Cubism is a style of painting that originated with Georges Braque and Pablo Picasso. Cubists explored open form, piercing figures and objects by letting the space flow through them, blending background into foreground and showing objects from various angles. Some historians have argued that these innovations represent a response to the changing experience of space, movement, and time in modern world. The first phase of the movement was called analytic cubism. Keep in mind the space, risk, balance and other element of the composition when you have applied the colors on the surface. Now I mix another light tone and apply. I apply this color at the right side horizontal foam. The same color I use at the left side, which will keep the balance in the composition. They often use neutral browns and blacks. If you want to use bright colors, choose to use between 1 and 3 main bright colors so that your painting retains its striking geometry. You can also use a monochromatic palette in a single color family. For example, Picasso did many paintings mainly in shade of blue. Put your paints onto your palette or a paper plate in front of you. Use white to make shades lighter. Use darker colors to thinly outline the individual geometric shape that you created while sketching. With acrylic paints, you can layer colors to make your painting feel more dimensional. Within Cubism, artists focus on the form in the painting rather than color. I mix Caribbean green, white, little bit black and make this tone and apply horizontal bag over the figure. Horizontal lines give the impression of calm, peace and space. Green color is also symbolizes peace and calm. Color is one of the most powerful of element. It has tremendous expressive qualities. Understanding the uses of color is crucial to effective composition in design and saturation. Color symbolism assigns additional associations dependent on culture. For example, white is symbolized peace, purity, innocence and also death in some culture. These cool colors are also giving the impression of coolness, peace, purity, innocence of the mother and child. I mix Caribbean green, black and very little bit white and make this dark tone. Apply this color with flat brush. Make the light tone by mixing white and apply. Whether you are representational or abstract painter, you already know that the ability to paint the correct color value is vital to the success of your art. A painter that works or just looks right always has strong tonal relationships or at least harmonious ones. Harmony in art and design is the visually satisfying effect of combining similar, related elements. For instance, adjacent color on the color wheel. There are several different components to any paintings, and any or all of them can come into play when one considers its harmony or lack thereof. This time I put more black and make the stone. What is stone and why is it important to painting? Perhaps even more than color. It is important to realize that tones are relative, that how dark or light they seem depends on what's going on around them. A tone that's obviously light in one context may seem darker in another if it is surrounded by even lighter tones. Again I make the light tone of green and apply on the center figure. I have mixed sky blue and Persian blue to make this stone. Value refers to the relative lightness or darkness of a certain area. Value can be used for emphasis. Variations in values are used to create a focal point for the design of a picture. Here I try to show the light and shade. I apply dark shadow at the left side of the face, which shows the light is coming from the right side. Gradations of value are also used to create the illusion of depth. Areas of light and dark can give a three-dimensional impression. I am using pure black here. Mostly painters don't use black. Now I mix aerolite yellow, blue and white and make this tone to apply on the body parts of the figure. In this composition, we are using only 4 colors. In point of fact, most of the successful contemporary artists uses only 4 or 5 colors for their exceedingly expensive paintings. To give the dimension, you can use contrast near the focal point. Like here, I am using cadmium red. Take a dark blue thinned with water and apply in the right side and make the contour of the hand dark. Clean the brush and merge this color slowly with dry brush. Again put the shadow near the face of the child in the same way. Now again make little darker here. I put the darker shade at the left corner, which will help to move our light towards the focal point. After applying all the colors, come and see from the distance. From distance you will realize where to put more light and shade.